yes. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me from. This is Faith Kasarachi Johnson. Once again, did you hear that song that I just sang right now? Thank you, my son, for putting that powerful, alto part. It's amazing. So that song says that our God is a God that speaks and do. He speaketh it, he saith it, or whatever way you want to describe it. He says it and he does it. God says it and he does it. You can put it in your own language. Yes, you can put it in your own language and sing. God, whatever God says is what he will do. Why am I saying this? Don't depend on the promise of man. Don't depend on the promise of man. Don't depend on the promise of man. A man can promise you and fail, but God cannot fail. Yes, a man can tell you that he's going to do this for you, but please don't depend on man, because man will fail you. Say, woe unto them that count on the arms of flesh. Yes. So he's the only God that promises and he keeps his promise. Why am I saying this again? In this time, this era of, what do they call it? I don't want to use that word anyway. A lot of things are happening in our environment, in our country. In this time, this is the time you begin to locate the promises of God for you. Because it's only God, though. When God says it, he will do it. If man promise you, I forget it. I used to see people, they say, he promised me that. You see a politician will come and tell you, I will do this, I will do that. They are just men. They are just men. So don't depend on whatever they tell you. Rely on God, who will be your supplier. In this season where, sometimes you just go angry because of what is happening around you. But I can tell you, trust only God, believe only God. Only the promises of God can stand for you. God said, when men are saying there's a casting down, you will be saying there's a lifting up. In other words, whatever is happening, yes, you will tell yourself what you want. You will tell yourself what you want. You will tell yourself prophesy to yourself what you want. What is the God's promise for you? What I mean is that every day you wake up, declare to yourself. Tell yourself what you want, how you want things to go for you. Because the truth, can I tell you the truth? I don't want to use negative words. But the honest truth is that a lot is going on, even in this nation that you and I are, that could make you are angry, you get angry, you are upset, you feel like you want to change things overnight, and you feel helpless because you can't do nothing about it. So I've come to tell you, trust God. And when you trust God, look deep into his word and claim his promises. Claim his promises. Let me tell you, if you have never believed in God, this is the time you will believe him. If you believe in God, and if you believe in God before, this is the time you will increase your belief and your trust in him. Because I can tell you, he says a God that openeth his hands and satisfieth the desires of every living thing. Yes, he satisfies the desires of every living thing. That's his promise. He said, when men say there's a casting down, you will say there's a lifting up. I've said that before. So you trust God and proclaim what you want. That is how, one of the ways you can survive these days, by trusting God. Don't trust in any man. Don't trust in any politician anywhere. Don't put your trust. They are just mortal. They are human beings who can promise and fail you. Then you have a God who will promise and will never fail. I went for a program today and the man was speaking. He said that you should hold Jesus tight, hold him tight, hold him tight. This is the time to hold him. So trust God. Please trust God. Only God alone. He's your great supplier. Just trust him. Just believe him. And of course, you will see the hand of God upon your life. Please help me like this video, share, comment, and follow if you have not followed. Follow this video and follow my page, of course. And God bless you. Yes, so keep trusting God. Keep believing God. One thing is sure, you shall overcome. Jesus is Lord.